Hello, it's Zayna, and I just wanted to read Romans 8:8 because I was reading my town newspaper and it really stood out to me. And it's just those things where not I didn't quite obsess over it, but it's something that's been in my mind ever since I read it. And it says, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose." And I just had to read that over and over and over and over and over and over again. Because I understood it the first time, but I didn't overstand it. And that's kind of corny to say, but that's how I really was feeling about it. It was really hard. I mean, it just has me thinking because it's just like, people say everything works out in the end and stuff like that. And it's just like, I'm thinking about God. And I'm like, everything is gonna work out. Like, everything happens for a reason, even though we don't quite understand it. And even though it's really hard. It's really hard to accept that. And it's just sometimes, I remember when my grandma was dying and I was in the hospital, and this lady said, "Oh, I'll pray for you." And then she walked away, and I just felt so lonely, and I was mad at the doctors. I was so sad, and I was like, "God, why? Like, take me." Like, I remember when I was younger, I would just be like when I was like 7, 8, 6, I don't know, I would just be like, "God, please take me before you take my grandparents." And then fast forward 4 years without my grandma now, and I'm just now getting over it. And the funniest thing is, like, I feel like I'm still in 2013. Like, time just froze there. And like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to ask, like, "God, why did you do, like, what was the reason for you doing that?" Like, I don't want to make up my own reasons for things, but I'm just gonna assume that it was for a reason. And maybe it was just time to go home. Sometimes the party has to end. And it's like, another thing about this Romans 8:8, it's like, I've been going to school. Well, not been going to school, but I'm just doing what I know I'm supposed to do. Being responsible. And by being responsible, things, not just by being responsible, but just doing what you gotta do, things just fall into place. And it's much more easier for me now than it has been in a while, I guess I'd say. But I feel good. And it's like, I don't want to be delusional or anything and be like how I used to feel, like, "Oh, you're a prophet and God will tell you everything," and all that. And it's just like, no, that's not true. So what I was feeling before, I don't want to say it wasn't God. Maybe it was a part of my mental illness. I don't know. But right now, like, I'm not doing anything extra. I'm just being myself. I'm not really looking up any biblical things right now. I'm not obsessing over it. I'm just being myself. I'm taking it day at a time. And I'm just keeping God in mind by doing the best I can, being the best person I can. And I guess I'm being rewarded. It's not $1,000,000, but it's certainly better than being lost, and wondering. So, peace out.